again, everybody. It is the coach.
All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Dancing, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Shaq Lawson able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And he's got Rodgers. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trent Murphy in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here's Rudolph. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back in a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Allen now on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, here's McCoy. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
If Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Set. Green 39.
A first carry now for Rob Kelly. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Rhett Ellison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are in for 6. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a big thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just a second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It'll be a loss of 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because of them.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Go Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A give. This is Kelly. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Broken tackle for Kelly. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Switzer now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Watch it now, Barney.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Steps away to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And his throw is incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Here's Rudolph. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Forced out to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here now a look at LaShawn McCoy. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go now.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Rudolph on 1st down. This is Bell on the dump off. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we've reached halftime here. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Switzer now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up with that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Rudolph being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Rudolph on first down. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 17-14. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
10th carry now for McCoy. Oh, good move. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rudolph off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eli Rogers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
A give to McCoy. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here we go now. Green.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw without it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. That reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Over the middle, caught by the tight end play. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
Big score, first step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Here's Rudolph, eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down and leave themselves with enough room.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go.
This gives to McCoy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
One final try here for Allen. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Leopard!
Again, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Back to throw, Rudolph. Flush to his right. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Left side here, caught by Clay. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
They'll go with McCoy. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing again. Allen brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Allen to throw once more. He finds Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Play action, Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another 1st down. And now the spike with 36 seconds left to go. Again, it's Allen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bills get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they will throw it here with Rudolph. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Buying time to his left. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Rudolph escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.